Hey, what's happening everybody? This is Elite Cakes back with the weekly video. I had initially drafted a video, put together a video about all the upcoming heat coming out from Jordan Brand over this upcoming summer, but then all of a sudden Adidas dropped the news that they are going to try to move all the Yeezys that they have left just so that they're not holding on to it anymore. That is supposed to go live on May 31st. What this means is that we're gonna have an early Yeezy release again, and with that guys, we're gonna jump into today's video where we're gonna be talking about the Confirmed app. I dropped a video almost a year ago talking about some tips about the Confirmed app. Since then, I've learned a lot about what you should and what you shouldn't do. So this video is going to be about things you should do and things you should not do on the Confirmed app. Whether it's you want to avoid getting shadow banned, or whether it's just as simple as you want to get a pair of Yeezys that are dropping on the 31st. First and foremost, let's get two basic facts out of the way. This Yeezy drop is currently only scheduled to be on the Confirmed app, so don't expect to see it on Finish Line, Foot Locker. Secondly, and also very importantly, the drops begin on May 31st, and they're likely to continue every week until Adidas gets rid of their supply of Yeezys. So May 31st is the first date, and we're not sure when the future dates after that are going to be. The first thing I want to tell you guys a little bit about is the randomness on the Confirmed app is a lot more than the Sneakers app. Someone can consistently hit on the Sneakers app, but when it comes to the Confirmed app, it's sometimes just pure random. The algorithm they run and the variables they put in, they put a higher threshold for randomness than Sneakers does, whereas Sneakers sometimes values new accounts. Confirmed app may not value that at all. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. You can do everything you possibly can. You can spend tens and thousands of dollars on the Confirmed app and you're like, why am I not hitting on these shoes? Well, it's because you're probably in the last pool of people that they want to pick from, but they're picking everybody else except for you. Then one of the things I actually really want to get into about things you should and should not do is about multiple accounts. My personal recommendation to you, as ridiculous as this may sound, because I say the opposite on Sneakers, is you run one account. I don't run multiple accounts, and the reason I don't is because Confirmed app will shadow ban you, and they have a way of catching multiple accounts that Sneakers does not. You can jig your address, but then you also have to have a different IP address for each account you enter into. If not, and you keep running and entering for accounts on the same IP address and you don't change everything up, you will get shadow banned and you will not hit any of the hyped sneakers or anything like that on the Confirmed app. My advice to you, and what I personally do myself, I don't mess around with the Confirmed app. Their bot protection is serious, and not only that, they will come after you if you have multiple accounts and they're able to connect the accounts together. One of the things that you should do is you should get to level 4 on the Adidas Confirmed app. Yes, if you're on level 1 and you're on level 2, your chances of hitting are obviously there. But the best way to think of it is this. If any of you follow the NBA draft lottery, you can be the worst team in the league and you have a 20% chance of getting the first pick. If you're the 10th worst team, for example, you have a 5% chance. Confirmed app is somewhat similar in that you can be on level 4 and you'll have that 20% chance. If you're on level 1, you have a 5% chance. So you want to increase your chances here. That's the name of the game. So get yourself to level 4. It's not that hard when you're buying so many sneakers and everything like that. The next thing I want to talk to you guys a little bit about is, over the past couple of years, I've been testing a theory about data versus Wi-Fi. I personally have very rarely hit when I'm on Wi-Fi. I usually almost about 90+% of the time when I do hit on the Confirmed app, it's when I'm on data, when I put in my entry, and I'm on data when the draw is actually happening as well too. For whatever reason, data works best for me. And I think I tried explaining this to somebody that I talked to a lot about these algorithms, and the way that it was explained to me was the way the data works on your phone is that your IP address on your phone is able to connect to an exact phone, to an exact device, whereas Wi-Fi, your IP address, you could be in the mall, you could be at various locations. I was told it's not as exact. So my recommendation is data. Obviously, if you're on Wi-Fi, I'm not saying if you're on Wi-Fi you're not going to hit, but if you can get on data, that would be my personal recommendation. Again, that is something that I will be doing. The other thing I want to talk about, what you should not do, is do not enter 30 minutes before the draw. 30 minutes beforehand, don't enter. Try to enter at least a day beforehand. That way you can have the best chance of hitting. Now, if it turns out that May 31st they're just going to be dropping a bunch of releases, and it's not necessarily going to be first come first serve, but they'll do it a draw and you'll have a few hours, enter as quickly as you can. Don't wait until the last minute. That's the most important thing I can tell you guys, is do not wait until the last minute. The other thing to keep in mind is, one thing I've always talked about, is when you enter the draw, you should see the 3D secure screen. If you do not see the 3D secure screen, your entry did not count. And what that simply means is that you need to leave the draw and you need to keep going back in until you see the 3D secure screen. Ways to get the 3D secure screen: if you didn't get it the first time, try deleting the app, try logging on and off, try to get back in. You just have to try multiple things till you get that 3D secure screen. If you have different credit cards, try different credit cards, but you need to see that 3D secure screen, which is essentially a soft pending charge, in order to have your entry actually count. One of the last things that you should do is you should fill out your basic information: your name, your address, obviously, your size, your interest. All these things are very important variables when the algorithm actually runs in terms of who to pick. You want to actually do. You want to put in your interest. You want to put in your shoe size. These are all things that, if you think about it, with an algorithm when it runs, if you have multiple entries, you're not going to take the time to fill out those. But if you're just an individual who's got one account and you're really into Adidas, you're going to sit there, you're going to say, oh, I'm into Adidas basketball, I'm into Adidas soccer, I'm into all these things. With that, guys, those are some things that you should and should not do on the Confirmed app for this upcoming release of all the remaining Yeezys. Again, the next week's video is likely going to be the video that I did, what I was supposed to do this week, which was going to be a preview of all the Jordan Heat that's dropping this summer. With that, guys, this is Elite Kicks signing off. Take care, everybody.